Good morning, guys. Happy Thursday. So we want to talk about the today being D-Day, if you will, to see what happens with the debt ceiling and all this. And this will affect us all, guys. I mean, this is the thing. You think, okay, it's just a politics video. No, this actually affects prepping a lot because there's a lot of things that would be affected if we have any sorts of shutdowns or whatever would be. I mean, the ports, those are government owned, everything like that. They're not private, So there's a lot of things that will affect us on what you see on the store shelves and all. So it's important to see what happens for us because it gives us that opportunity to prepare, to plan now, while the rest of the sheep out there are going, I don't know what's going on. Why is there nothing on the store shelves? But, watched Angry Prepper's live stream yesterday afternoon while he was walking through the streets of New York. And for a while there, he was bringing up a really good point is that, conservatives, patriots need leadership, that we can't get our ducks in a row because there's all this infighting between the different groups. And he's correct. That's why the liberals have a habit of making ground up and we don't. It's because we're all too concerned, not us, I'm talking about politicians, if you will, all concerned about all the minutia and not worried about the big thing. We don't stand for what we want. And, where he was saying it's time we broom everybody in Washington, I couldn't agree more. Okay. There's literally nobody there who's on anybody's side but their own. The Democrats want to be communists and the Republicans want to be tucked off in their little corner and all safe by themselves, stick to their millions of dollars that they've all made through their insider trading or whatever, and that's it, and screw the rest of us. So, but if this doesn't get more blatantly obvious than, some of the things that came out, I mean, go to old Nancy Pelosi yesterday, her infinite wisdom that she always has, all this talk about not going to raise the debt ceiling, not going to raise the debt ceiling. The Democrats and the Republicans are on both sides of the fence. And I mean, I got a kick out of when she says, 3% of the debt we have to pay for is from Joe Biden. The other 97% is from our past president. So she's now blaming 97% of the debt the United States has on Trump. You might want to think there for a second, Nancy. I mean, I know that's a foreign concept to you, but might want to try it once in a while. You'd be amazed what happens. So her brilliant idea is that Congress shouldn't control what the debt ceiling is. That should be the Treasury Secretary. Now, Treasury Secretary is an appointed position by the party in charge. Can you imagine this? The Democrats, the tax and spend party, okay? Gee, we just won the election. Let's appoint somebody as our Treasury Secretary. Cool. We're going to make the debt ceiling $100 trillion. And they're going to go, cool, look at this. We can just write checks like crazy. Okay. Think about this on a level that we can all understand. Can you imagine if your bank, Visa, MasterCard, Discover, whatever it is, gave you a credit card and said, it's up to you to decide what your credit limit is? Not whether you can afford it or anything like that. It's just up to you. And you go, cool, honey. We just got a new credit card. Let's go buy an island. 50 million bucks. Okay. Can't pay the bill, but we'll go buy the island. I mean, that's the stupidity of the left. Okay. Let's just put all the control of the debt of the United States into the hands of one person. That's authoritarianism. That's totalitarianism. Okay, that's you're anointing him king or king of the finances, if you will. Okay, no, that's why we have a system of checks and balances in the United States. We don't want one person to have all the power. But that's one thing we've got to look at. But then you get another secretary, okay, out of the clown administration here, the Commerce Secretary, Gina Raimondo, okay? She came out yesterday. Winter's coming, guys. Okay. And again, you got to remember where I live. Okay. I live in the Appalachia area here. Okay. And if you go back years and years and years and years, I mean, this area was pretty much known for two things: coal mining and moonshining. Okay. That was it. So Tuesday, Secretary Raimondo was being interviewed on NPR. You know, NPR, that notorious publicly funded, your tax dollars funding this leftist radio. Okay. She comes up and says, we have to get, or we, quote, we have to move away from coal as fast as possible. Does this sound like anywhere else you know? Like we've talked about recently, like, oh, I don't know, Great Britain, Europe, anything like that? Okay. Here's the problem. 62%, nearly 2/3 of all the electricity, all the power that we use in the United States, all the heat, all the, like I said, electricity, comes from fossil fuel plants. Okay? So she's saying we need to eliminate 62% of our fuel as quick as possible, with no solution on how to replace that. Because remember, we can't use nuclear. Solar and wind, as much as they want to say work, don't. Okay, hydroelectric can't cover all of that. And oh, Biden shut down the Keystone pipeline, so we couldn't use anything in the way of like natural gas or oil or anything like that. You know, we can't frack or anything. So where this makeup of 62% of power is going to come from, I have no idea. But I do have an idea. Put your money where your mouth is. Okay, Miss Secretary. Answer me this. When are we going to have a Air Force One that is battery powered, not fuel? When are we going to have the Beast, the presidential limousine that gets 3 miles to the gallon of gas? When are we going to have that running on batteries? Okay. She wants to take out 2/3 of our electricity all at once, or as soon as possible, as she put it. Yet the Chinese are opening up a new coal-powered plant, one a week. Remind me again about that global warming thing? I mean, it's global warming, right? Or climate change, or whatever the term is that you're using this decade, for the fallacy that you're talking about here. China is now going through rolling brownouts. Why? Because Xi Jinping wants to clear the air in China. So the people have no power, no heat, no nothing. Is it because they don't have the coal? Is it because they don't have the power? No. It's because the Olympics are in Beijing next year. And Xi Jinping wants blue skies over Beijing for the Olympics. So he's going to try to cut the power usage down by the people for a freaking year so that they can have blue skies over the Olympics. I got a better idea. Move the Olympics to Switzerland or somewhere else where they have blue skies, okay? The hypocrisy of the left kills me every time, okay? You know this, okay? China digging coal like crazy. I mean, why are we going to stop with coal? What? So China can have more? So we can make sure they're okay, but we're supposed to suffer. This is it. But like I said, here in the area of the country I am, coal mining. I mean, most of it's still done Kentucky, West Virginia, and things like that. They're not digging any coal right here or directly around me, but anymore. But you're going to take the livelihood away from all of these people. This is what the liberals want to do. Why? Oh, I don't know. Because the area you're trying to do it is extremely conservative. It's punishment. That's all it is. If you think I'm kidding, look at all the other policies Look at the medical policy there. We heard a couple of weeks ago about, oh, gee, we're not going to send all these treatments to Florida and what was it, Louisiana and Texas and Oklahoma. I think it was all of them were conservative states, because it's punish the conservatives. This is what the liberals are doing, guys. Okay, they are making stupid decisions, asininely stupid decisions, to punish us. Angry Prepper had it absolutely right. We need a leader, not Donald Trump. We need a true leader. We need a George Patton. We need a Norman Schwarzkopf. We need a Douglas MacArthur. We need somebody like that who's like, the hell with everything. We're taking this down. Ain't no stopping us. I don't know who that would be. I wish I did, but it certainly ain't me. So, all right, guys, that's kind of where we stand today. Keep an eye on what's going on with the coming out of Washington, because come tomorrow morning, who knows what's open, what's not. Have a good one. Pinball out.